crafting journey here. Welcome to another episode of Crafting and Crime Daily. Woohoo! This is my 200th episode, and I have something epic planned for you. We're going to do a little scavenger hunt, and I will have a prize at the end for some lucky subscriber. You must be subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to do this all in a separate video. Separate and apart from this edition of Crafting and Crime. 200! That means I have sat here 200 mornings and brought you Crafting and Crime. So please do me a big, huge favor. Share this video with someone, if you enjoy it. Share it with someone that probably is not a subscriber and say, hey, check her out. Also, hit the like button and then take it to the doctor, because that's where I have to go today. And please, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime Daily or any of the other uploads that I do. And I'm planning a very special unboxing. I filmed it last night. I got to do the editing. It's a Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club. Oh, which reminds me, it's Friday. Let's get our planner out. I haven't forgotten the Friday dance, guys. Ready? Let's do it together. Friday dance, Friday dance, Friday dance. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Payday dance, payday. Oh, that hurts. Okay, knock it off. I got to put my sling on and go to the doctor today. Oh my gosh, last night was ridiculous here in the neighborhood. My sister, you know, I'm getting too ready to retire to the boudoir. Yes, go in my bedroom and plan the show for the next day. And she says, hey, Rebecca, there's fire engines out here. I'm like, oh, what? She's like, they're at the neighbor's house. So I go look, and first of all, I don't see my sister. I don't know where she was. I think she had given up and gone back in the house, because I was actually texting somebody on the phone and I wanted to finish that conversation. So I go out and I look and I see that the fire truck is not at the neighbor's house. It's actually blocking the road. So I look down the road and there's like water gushing from this house. Now it looks like it's coming from this house. It may have been coming from something else. I don't know. But like whitewater rapids rushing out, you know, from wherever it was. Like, it was so much water. I was like, oh my God. So I could see that the fire engines had blocked off both sides of the road, so nobody could go down there. I assumed they were waiting for the water company. Anyway, so I call hey, Jean, you gotta come see this. And she's like, oh my God. So long story short, the water company was up all night with the bulldozers and the machinery fixing this thing. Now, I have the windows open because it's so nice and cool outside, but I had to listen to this dadgum bulldozer, and every time they back up, all night long. Yeah. So they finally finished it up about 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So it didn't make for a very restful night. Yeah, it was interesting around here. It didn't affect our water that I know of, so yay. Oh, Kaya, I hope you had a happy birthday yesterday. Today is Friday. First of all, I have to pay these bills. Oh, my word. The car payment is 3 or 4 days past due, but, you know, and my car registration, which is due by the end of the month, and the cable bill. So I can keep bringing you these episodes because that has the internet with it. Okay, so today we're going to do, what national day is it? It is National Color Day. This is the day we celebrate color. Can you imagine what our life would be like without color? We are crafters. We are all about the color. Oh my word. All right, let's finish this. Here we're going to say, all right. I'm writing a lot. There's really not a lot to say other than what I just wrote. Okay, so doctor's appointment today. Doctor's appointment, shoulder. Oh man, did it hurt last night. Put some ice on it, fell asleep with ice on it. Okay, probably because I'm doing too much. Hopefully he can give me a shot today, and that'll be all she wrote, right? All right, so this is Monster Mash. I don't have Monster Mash out. I have this painting back out. Alice Van Gogh. I need to finish this. I need to finish Monster Mash because I have so many other diamond paintings planned, but because of my shoulder, I don't know how well that's going to work. Some of this is not sticky. I have to get, it's probably been sitting out too long. Oh well. That's for another day. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Okay, Color Day. National Color Day. Let's talk about that first. I mean, color tells us so much. Doctors look at the color of our skin to tell us how healthy we are. Like you can look at someone, you know, if they're pink in the face and they're blushing, that tells you a little bit about what's going on with them. Color can tell us, you know, emotions. It can tell us of impending danger. We know what the color of the sky looks like right before a horrible storm. And gosh darn, you know, I am all about the color, like ABs, crystals, you know, yarn. If you show me a new color, I'm like, gotta have it. Yeah, so traditionally red meant excitement, love, and it also conveys strength. Red, it's a bold color, you know. Yellow, I've never been a big fan of yellow, but that tells us confidence and happiness. Yellow, maybe that's why, oh God, maybe I just need a massage. Marilyn, I need a massage. Okay, green is envy. That's my sister's favorite color, green. Relaxation is green, yeah. So, and good taste is green. Blue is very corporate. It tells us it's high quality, like this chair. Not so high quality, I can tell you that. And serenity. You know what I love? Like the colors of the aurora borealis, the blues and the greens. It's very relaxing and serene. Green and blue, see? Very relaxing, very serene. I would like to be in one of those like see-through houses in the snow where you can watch the aurora borealis. I don't know what they're called, but how cool would that be? I know some of my friends that live in those countries would tell me, yep. Pink, my favorite color, sophistication. Yes, that is me, sophisticated and sincere. I am very sincere. Yep. That's why I like pink. No, I like pink because it's a beautiful color. Okay, violet and purple is authority. It conveys power. Really? Okay. Brown is ruggedness. My sister asked me a question yesterday. How come with all the color pencils and stuff, they don't give us enough variations of brown? I don't know. It's not something I ever gave much thought, frankly. But, I mean, she's right. So, black, grief. When we go to funerals, in this country, we wear black. Now, in other countries, when my father passed away and he was in the Philippines, I had to get a white t-shirt. You had to wear white. Who knew? So it's different in every country. But black is fear, like Halloween, black, fear, and white, happiness, purity. So why would you wear white to a funeral? Because you're happy? No. There must be some other reason, but yeah. Anyway, so I just know in the Philippines, they wear black, they wear white to funerals. And I guess in other countries it might be different as well. I don't know. So today, let's celebrate color. Let's get our coloring books out, our adult coloring books, and play around with some color. that's really where you have fun, because you can make those things any color you want. Sometimes for me it's like overwhelming because there's so many colors to choose from. And my friend Shalene, she's so good at it. She takes the 3 colors and she blends it, and it comes out looking beautiful. Not always so with me, but I give it a go, you know. So let's do some coloring today. All right, let's talk about, oh, yesterday, if you missed the live drive, I'm losing my voice. Oh, let's have some coffee. I'm talking like 100 miles an hour. Okay. Slow down. Okay, yesterday in the live drive, which I'll put the link here, I mentioned as we got to my place of employment towards the end, the old part of the hospital was built in the 1800s, and it was run by a group of nuns that came over from Poland. This was in the 1800s. And I mentioned at the last, right before I cut off the video pretty much, that there is ghost stories associated with the 8th floor. So my coworkers thought it would be funny to say, hey, you really shouldn't go to the 8th floor. Now, my friend Laura that works with me, she had never been to the 8th floor either. So we're like, hey, let's go to the 8th floor, because they can't, what ghosts? You know, and they didn't tell us anything specific. They just said there's a ghost on the 8th floor. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go to the 8th floor. Now, I know on the 8th floor there's a hospice unit, which that's how creepy is that? Where the ghost is a hospice unit. So, yeah. So we trek on down, because it's a long walk from where our office is in the new part of the hospital. So we trek down to the old part of the hospital, and we take the elevators up, ding, ding, and we're on the 8th floor. So we get off the 8th floor, and we look to our left down this long hallway, and we were going to go in there. I'm like, no, let's not go in there, because, and the girls, my coworkers had said, when you get off the elevator, look to your left. And that's all they would tell me. They wouldn't tell me anything else. Just look to your left. So I get off the elevator. I look to the left. Laura and I do. And we decided we're not going to go in there, because there's a nurse making rounds. This male nurse, he's going from room to room. He's making rounds. So we're not going to go in there. So we decide, okay, we got to find this ghost. So we're going around. It's like in a square, and you end up back at the elevator. So we go around, and we're looking for the ghost, and we're not seeing anything. So we do find the hospice unit. That was on the, when you go around, it was there. We found the hospice unit, and we come back around to the elevator, and we see that this guy's making rounds again. So we get back in the elevator, and they're like, oh, we didn't see no ghost. Maybe they were just kidding with us. So we go back down to my office, and they're like, did you see it? Did you see the ghost? And we're like, what ghost? When we got off the elevator, we looked to the left, and we didn't want to go in that unit, because there was a nurse making rounds in there, and they're like, there's no unit there. It's empty. I'm like, what? Yeah, the nurse making rounds must be the ghost, because they said, nope, that unit's empty. They don't use that unit for anything. It's totally empty. So if you saw something, that was the ghost. Dun, 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 dun. No. Okay. Seriously, though, I was freaked out. Laura was freaked out. We don't go back to the 8th floor, because that's just too creepy. And there are other ghost stories associated with the hospital. I'll try to ferret them out today. There's actually one associated with my unit, the medical staff office. So I think she even has a name. Yeah, because, the hospital was built in the 1800s. A lot of people have passed away in that hospital. Okay, time for more coffee. So, because the 2 trials that I want to bring you live are in jury selection, and I suspect they will be for a couple of weeks. The Ahmaud Arbery case, that is a case out of Georgia, where the 3 white men chased down the black man. thinking he was the one doing burglaries in their neighborhood. They were going to do a citizen's arrest. They end up killing the man. I tried to listen to some of the pre-trial hearings and the bickering that goes on there between the prosecutor and the defense attorneys, because they're all being tried together, these three men, but they each have their own defense attorney. Oh my word. If I was a judge, I'd lose my mind because they're bickering. Anyway, I couldn't. I took about 10 minutes of it. I'm like, this is boring. So I will try to bring you that when it goes into the trial phase. Jury selection's very boring. The other case is the Markeith Lloyd case. They've been picking a jury for 2 weeks, and they're not close to getting a jury. So I decided I would go look up an older case. So this is the case of Donald Hartung. I turned it on. Donald Hartung Sr., and that's very key in this case to his defense, that he is the senior, his son is the junior. So he goes every Tuesday night to his mother's house and makes dinner for his mother and his two half-brothers, Robert and John. Now, John is in his 40s, but he has a form of cerebral palsy. He doesn't work. He lives at home. His mother has taken care of him all his life. And then there's Robert. Robert does work. So when he comes home from work, the defendant, Donald, usually leaves him a plate of food in the oven, and he heats up his food and eats it. So he's not there for dinner. But this is a Tuesday routine that they always have. So one particular Tuesday, he goes over, he makes dinner, he leaves. 2 days later, after Robert fails to report to work and nobody has seen the mother, and there's packages all over the doorway, they realize, we got to check on these people. They go check on them. They find all three of them deceased. And it was a very gory murder. John and his mother had been hit over the head with a hammer multiple times. The brother, Robert, was shot when he comes home. Now, the prosecution is arguing that Donald committed the crime. The only evidence, apparently, that they have is that his DNA is all over the house. Well, but they're arguing that the mother's will excludes him. So the only way he was going to get his mother's, apparently she had quite a bit of money, the only way he's going to get his mother's money is if everyone is deceased, because in the will, she leaves everything to her husband, but he was already dead. So in the event that her husband is dead, everything went to her two sons, Robert and John. So the only way he's going to get any money is if he kills them all. Then he'll get the money. So then the defense gets up in opening arguments, and they argue, first of all, the only evidence you have is DNA. Of course his DNA is going to be in this house. He was there every Tuesday making dinner. And yeah, his DNA is going to be everywhere. And if you set a hammer down on the counter where his DNA is, it's going to pick up the DNA from the counter. So yes, the hammer might have his DNA on there. A very good argument, I might add. The other argument is the will, there's no evidence, or there's not going to be any evidence that Donald even knew a will existed. And if he did, it didn't say that he was going to ever get any money. Maybe Robert and John would have left their money to someone else. And even in the event that it was going to go to him, she specifically excludes Donald Hartung Jr., not Donald Hartung Sr., Jr. So was that an error on her part? Or did she not want to exclude Donald Hartung Sr.? Anyway, this is going to be a great trial. This defendant, look at his face. You've got to see some of his expressions. The first picture is him watching the prosecutor give her opening arguments. He's like, he's like this real tall, creepy looking guy, very Halloweenish. And whenever he agrees with a point, he's like, you know, it's so weird. And then the second picture is his like agreement face where he's like, you know, it's just his facial expressions is so weird. At one point I thought maybe he's falling asleep. He needs to close his mouth. You know, it's like he'd have it open for a while and then he would like, I don't know if he was falling asleep, boredom, or did he have some weird tick? I don't know. It was just weird. So that is the trial that I'm going to cover for you. It takes place in Tallahassee, Florida, because it's from the Law and Crime Network, which had got its start in Florida. It does cover, Law and Crime now covers nationwide trials, but when it first started, it just did trials in Florida. So this is from Tallahassee. Interestingly enough, the prosecutor we have seen before in the case where the woman was charged with murder of the former police officer, female friend of hers, and she lures her out to the ranch and she kills her and hides her body on the ranch and they find it and she got life in prison. Same prosecutor. She looks exactly the same. Wears her hair exactly the same. Very weird. Okay, so that is the trial. I have put like 45 minutes of content into 22 minutes because I'm talking like 100 miles an hour. There's Stitch. Hi, Stitch. Hi, buddy. Hello. They have been so good lately. They've been falling asleep with me and Tootsie. And then about 2, 3 in the morning, they want to get up. So I get up and I let them out. And they're really good until 5 or 6 when I get up to feed them. What? What is it? Say, what you doing, Mommy? Oh, diamond paintings. Okay, bye. Oh, yeah. I've got to get a new shoulder this morning. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. All right, guys. So don't forget to look for the unboxing of my Diamond Art Club. That should be out today. And a separate video celebrating my 200th episode of Crafting and Crime with a scavenger hunt so that someone will win a prize if they solve the scavenger hunt. I will put that up later today because I got to work on the scavenger hunt. Yeah, and I got to figure out what the prize is going to be. So, guys, it's been a very short show. I do apologize. Like I said, gotta go to work, work, and the doctor. I don't have a song for the doctor. Gotta go to the doctor. Gotta go to the doctor. Oh, it's not funny. It hurts. Golly. We could talk about color for 10 more minutes. That would be fun. Oh, let's talk about this day in history. So, on this day in history, they were giving out Nobel Peace Prizes in literature. Nobel Prize for Literature. Jean-Paul Sartre, I'm butchering his name, Sartre, Sartre. He wins, and then he declines the prize. He's like, nope, don't want it. So in his novels, essays, and plays, he advanced philosophy of existentialism, arguing that each individual must create meaning for his or her own life because life itself has no innate meaning. What? Say that again? Okay, let's rewind. Okay, shall we? Each individual must create meaning for his or her own life. I got that. Okay. I create meaning by doing diamond painting, by creating the things I do when I crochet. I mean, all of that has meaning for me. I enjoy giving things away, making stuff for other people. That has meaning to me. But because life itself has no meaning. He became a professor of philosophy Wouldn't his class be a joy, huh? Yeah, no thanks. He spent a lot of his time, writing, of course, but he with his companion Simone, sitting in cafes, sipping coffee and talking about life. It makes you wonder, like, did he have good drugs? Yeah. Did you have good drugs? He served in 1939. He was drafted into World War II and was taken prisoner, held for about a year, and then released. But he published, some of the things he published were Being and Nothingness, where he argued that man is condemned to freedom and has a social responsibility. Okay. These are not the kind of books that I enjoy now. I venture to say that there's no like eroticism in them. So yeah, not for me. Um, his best known play is The Flies, followed by No Exit in 1945. He began a 4-volume novel, The Roads to Freedom, but gave up the novel form after finishing the 3rd volume in 1949. Yeah. 3 volumes of existentialism? Oh, no thank you. In the 50s and 60s, he devoted himself to studies of literacy figures like Baudelaire, Jean Genet, and Flaubert. 3 of my favorites, right? Okay. Okay. Enough of that, because I have no idea who this guy is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Please don't forget to hit the like button and take him to the doctor with you and make sure he gets a shot. Yes, I'm probably going to get a shot too. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the uploads. I talked about the Diamond Art Club unboxing and the scavenger hunt for my 200th episode. I will see you in those videos later. So everybody, also tonight, Mickey Sunshine Creates, my bestie, she'll be on at 7 p.m. Central Time live. And then at 8 p.m. Central Time will be the Monster Mash with DP Addiction Adventures. And barring unforeseen circumstances like my arm is falling off, I should be in that live with her. I don't know if I'll be diamond painting because it really does hurt to diamond paint. But I'll be in there with her because it is our collab, our Halloween collab. Okay, I will see you all later. I love you. Bye.